Just when we were utterly over Tucker and his endless vague corporate threats and posturing, the story ramped up a notch thanks to something finally happening. Jack, of course, released the dirt on Tucker to the media. The writing played heavily on McCall's painful realization that Ashley was involved, which might have had the desired effect had he not behaved as he did in Paris. If this is heading toward another 6 months of them finding their way back to each other, I'm kinda not feeling it. He was headed for a solitary Christmas with lots of time to reflect until Devin relented and said he could drop gifts off to Dom. I was wondering if he'd have a Scrooge moment. As far as the Abbotts go, my soapy senses were telling me that their celebration of the demise of Tucker McCall was a tad premature. We can only hope they'll take a hit, drama, and that Kyle will learn some kind of lesson as a result. He'd better enjoy his hero status while it lasts. Summer and Chance have a nice vibe together, but Sharon and Chance have great chemistry too. That said, I'm not feeling particularly invested in this triangle. Perhaps that's because one party is mostly off-screen, but more likely it's because the outcome is way too predictable. I've been forecasting since the outset that Sharon will bow out, and I still fully expect that to happen. It's the only way Summer doesn't come out of this looking like a man-stealer, and the current regime loves to have everyone on their best behavior. How boring is that? I couldn't have rolled my eyes harder when Billy started yammering to Chelsea about finding his purpose. Again, the job hopping is ridiculous enough without adding another visit to Man-Pain Lane into the mix. All these two do is talk about themselves and check on each other's feelings. It's a lovely sentiment, but it doesn't make for good soap opera. That said, I like the idea of Billy working with Jill well enough, if only she could air on a regular basis. As for Billy's exchange with Mamie, I still can't understand why she's even involved in the business stuff. Her personal beef with Jill makes sense, as does her interest in reuniting the cousins, but she doesn't have a majority stake or any say in the company, and Jill's done well looking after Chancellor for Catherine all these years, so that part doesn't add up. Phyllis and Christine oh so politely taking shots at each other at Daniel's apartment was amusing. I was half wondering if Christine would show up and find Phyllis kissing Danny under the mistletoe, but alas, there were no dramatics. Christine and Danny exchanged meaningful gifts and kissed. Ah, the nostalgia of it all. Speaking of nostalgia, how romantic was it for Michael and Lauren to both propose? They've still got it after all these years, and it looks like we're going to get a wedding vow renewal in the near future. Let's hope it's a gathering full of drama. Wow, wow, wow. This Jordan storyline is the gift that keeps giving. Not only do we have the emotional Victoria/Cole/Claire stuff, but the woman is criminally crackers and it's downright delicious. But amid speculation about what will go down between Jordan and Nikki next, I couldn't help but wonder about the huge plot hole. Not in Jordan's plan, but with the Newman clan not protecting their own. Abby, Adam, and the grandchildren are all walking around with targets on their back, considering Jordan vowed to get every last one of them, and have no idea what even went down at the lake house, let alone that they could be in grave danger. Why hasn't Victor called a summit and circled the wagons? It's bizarre. The opinions expressed are my own. Please feel free to sound off in the comments. Wishing all a happy holiday.